So hello everyone. Now we start the part second for PYQ. So 95th question. State the statement that refers to the reductionist biology. It is reductionist biology. What do you mean by reductionist biology? It is this physiochemical approach to study and understand living organism is called reductionist biology. Now check. This answer is correct. It is a physiological approach to study and understand living organism. Okay. Now 96th question. It is about the what do you mean by RNA world? Statement 1. RNA is considered as a first genetic material evolved to carry out essential hypotheses. RNA acts as a genetic material and also as a catalyst for some important biochemical reaction in living system. Being reactive, RNA is unstable. Okay. And second statement, DNA evolved from RNA. That is true. And is more stable genetic material. Its double helical strand of being complementary is changed by evolving pair. Now we read the concept. What is the concept behind it? It is from NCERT. All are NCERT. RNA was the first genetic material. Yes, this is true. RNA was the first genetic material. There is now enough evidence that supports that essential life processes such as metabolism, translation, splicing, evolving, these are evolved around RNA. Okay, RNA acts as a genetic material as well as a catalyst. And genetic material. Okay. It is important for biochemical reaction in living system that catalyzed by RNA catalyst, not by a protein enzyme. But RNA being a catalyst was reactive and hence unstable. It is unstable. Therefore, DNA has evolved from RNA with chemical modification that make it more stable. DNA is क्या stable है? RNA genetic material भी है, एंड कैटलिस्ट भी है. ठीक है, बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस विच हेल्प करते हैं. RNA की कैटलिस्ट है, जेनेटिक मटीरियल भी है. देखिए अनस्टेबल है, इट इज़ एन अनस्टेबल. एंड DNA it is evolved for RNA. Yes, okay. With chemical modification it is more stable. DNA is more stable. DNA की 80% DNA with complementary and resist any evolutionary changes. So RNA is considered the first genetic material. Yes, true. RNA comes first. Yes, this is true. It is evolved to carry out essential life processes. Yes, this is also true. RNA acts as a genetic material and also catalyst. This is also true. Carry out important biochemical reactions. Yes, this is true. RNA is unstable. So this statement is completely true. Now second statement, DNA evolved from RNA. Yes, true. It is more stable. Yes, DNA is more stable. It is double helical strands being complementary. This state is called as double helical. Okay, this form is helical, double helical, two helix. Okay, it resists any changes by evolving preparing mechanism. Yes, so both statements are true. First option is correct. Now this part is done. Okay, now 96 Seventh question. Epiphytes. Epiphytes that growing on mango branch is an example of. Basically, epiphytes are plants, basically type of plants that also grow on a mango tree branch. Okay, here mango is neither in loss nor in gain, ना ही इसको कोई नुकसान है ना ही कोई फ़ायदा है मैंगो को. एपिफाइट्स को मतलब गेन है, फ़ायदा है. ओके, सो it is a commensalism where one is beneficial, one species is beneficial and another species nor beneficial nor in loss. Okay, so that system is commensalism. Okay, let's read about it. Okay, yeah, this is here. Commensalism. What is commensalism? Where one species is benefited, other is neither harmed. जैसे मैंगो ब्रांच को है, ना ही उसको कोई हार्म हो रहा है ना ही कोई बेनिफिट हो रहा है. ओके, एंड वेयर एज एपिफाइट्स इन बेनिफिशियल, so this condition is commensalism. An orchid growing as an epiphyte on mango branch and barnacles growing on the back of whale. बार्निकल्स हैं जो ग्रो करते हैं व्हेल के ऊपर, बैक पे. while neither the mango tree nor the whale derives any apparent benefit. Okay, so these are the classic example of commensalism. Cattle, aggregate, grazing cattle, they have also close association, right? So these are the example. Okay, next is question for ribosome. So eukaryotic ribosomes are 80S and prokaryotic ribosomes 70S. This is true or false? Check yourself. Okay, so each ribosome has two subunit. Okay, the two subunit 80 ribosome that contains 60 and 40, and while prokaryotic 70S, it contains 50 and 30S. This is true and this is also true. Another is written that 80S ribosome are 60S and 20S. No, that is completely wrong. Now if written 80S is made of 60 and 30. No, that is also wrong. So first option is true, A, B, C. Okay, that is true. Now read the information also. So this is eukaryotic ribosomes are 80S, yes, while prokaryotic are 70S. True. Each ribosome has two subunit. One is larger. This is larger. Another is smaller. Right? There are 80S ribosomes are contain subunit 60S and 40S. Well, 70S क्या करता है 50S and 30S. Okay. What do you mean by S? S is the Swedberg unit for sedimentation coefficient. Okay. It is indirectly a measure of density of size. Measure क्या करता है density को और size को, not weight. It measure density and size, not weight. Both 70S 80S are composed of two subunit. Yes, okay. It comes directly from it. Basically, how they they get to know that it is 80 years, 70 years, 60 years. For example, there is a centrifuge. Okay, centrifuge, right? They add the ribosome. Okay, they add the ribosome. If they come a verb on 30s, 30, 50, 80, whatever with the, if they come on 30s, it will categorize as 30s. If they come a verb on the 50s, it will categorize 50s. Okay, so it is a centrifuge in which their density and size is measured. Okay, now which one of the following is an example of ex situ conservation? It is zoo and botanical garden. Okay, ex situ, bahar, it for outside from natural environment. Ex situ. Why this approach is taken? For threatened animals whose number is very less, and threatened plants taken out from their natural habitat. Okay, they are not grown in natural habitat, they are taken out from their natural habitat and placed in special setting, protected areas. For example, zoological parks, botanical gardens, wildlife sanctuary parks serve this purpose. Okay, there are many animals that have become extinct in the wild but continue to be. Okay, so what are the ex situ conservations settings? These are zoological park, botanical garden and wildlife sanctuary parks. Why this is used? For threatened animal. And what is the approach? Here approach is that they're taken out from their natural habitat and grown some special settings. Okay, now today's last question is, primary source of energy in ecosystem is solar energy. Yes, as we know, plant, algae, everyone takes solar energy. Okay, solar energy is the primary source of energy. That is completely true. And here is a definition of net primary productivity. The rate of production of organic matter during photosynthesis in an ecosystem is called net primary. This is wrong. The rate of production of organic matter during photosynthesis in an ecosystem is a net primary productivity. This is not. It is a gross primary productivity. Okay, let's show you. First, solar energy is a basic requirement for any function to sustain, and it is a primary production. Okay, so this is the first line. And there are two type of different ecosystem. It is a gross primary productivity and net primary productivity. What do you mean by gross primary productivity? It is an ecosystem where the rate of production of organic matter during photosynthesis. Okay, जब photosynthesis, what is photosynthesis? Food formation. Okay, food formation के टाइम जो organic matter produce हो रहा है, organic matter produce हो रहा है during photosynthesis, उसे कहते हैं ग्रोस प्राइमरी प्रोडक्टिविटी. ओके, it is a rate of production of organic matter during photosynthesis. Okay, now what is a net primary productivity? It is basically gross primary productivity minus respiration. Okay, this is gross primary productivity, total organic matter, right? Total organic matter. उस इसमें से माइनस करेंगे रेस्पिरेशन को, ओके, रेस्पिरेशन को माइनस करेंगे, इससे बनेगा नेट प्राइमरी प्रोडक्टिविटी। ओके, सो फर्स्ट इज ट्रू बट सेकंड स्टेटमेंट इज फॉल्स, सो third option is correct. Okay, so that's for today. Bye.